Welcome to Education Talks. If you're feeling overwhelmed by everything going on in your life, it could be school, it could be responsibilities, it could be social expectations, and maybe even personal struggle. Well, this episode is for you. Today, we're going to talk about coping with overwhelm. Mhm. Coping with overwhelm. How to manage when everything feels like too much. Like, how do you manage it when everything just, you have so much on your plate? How do you manage that? So that's what we're going to talk about, how to cope when it feels like you have too much on your plate, and how to find balance, even when life seems um, chaotic. So let's dive in, shall we? First, let's talk about what being overwhelmed really means. Remember, we're talking about coping with overwhelm, how to manage when everything feels like too much. So, let's talk about what being overwhelmed really means. Feeling overwhelmed can happen when the pressure of many tasks, emotions, and commitment all hit at once. You have something, you have this to do, you're going through the motions, and a lot of things you have to commit to all at once. Is that feeling of being stretched too thin, where no matter how hard you try, it feels like you're falling behind. You might find yourself juggling assignments, projects, social events. It could be even family expectations or even your mental health. Overwhelmed doesn't mean you're not trying hard enough. Please don't get me wrong. It just means that you're human. The truth is, as a student, you face a lot of stress academically, emotionally, and socially. It's normal to feel like you're struggling. But the good news is, there are ways to regain control and manage everything without burning out. All right. Before we talk about solutions, let's first pinpoint what might be causing you to feel overwhelmed. Understanding where your stress is coming from is the first step to managing it effectively. So let's talk about um, what's causing you to feel overwhelmed. The first I want to talk about is the most obvious one: academic pressure. Yeah, deadlines, assignments, exams, academic stress. Yeah, you know all that, right? Can quickly pile up. It can feel like there are no end in sight, and you're constantly running from one task to the next. How about social expectations? Maybe you're feeling pressure to maintain friendship, to join clubs, academic clubs, or meet certain social standards. This can add to the stress, especially if you're already being stretched thin. Family obligation. There are family obligations. For some students, family expectations and responsibility can be a significant source um, of stress. Now, this might not really be for every student, but it happens, right? So you're balancing school with helping at home or meeting family needs can leave you feeling exhausted. What really happens to everyone, this is for every student, mental health struggle. Sometimes the weight of everything can affect your mental health. It can cause anxiety, depression, and stress can all contribute to feelings of being overwhelmed. It's important to acknowledge these feelings and address them. All right, the next one is lack of time for yourself. When you're constantly working or fulfilling responsibilities, it can feel like there's no time left for you. Neglecting self care only makes the overwhelm worse. So, how can we manage it? Now we've talked about what's causing you being overwhelmed. Let's talk about strategies to manage and cope with overwhelm. Break your tasks into smaller steps. Don't just do everything all at once, when everything feels like too much, break tasks down into smaller, more manageable pieces. Instead of saying, I have to finish this entire paper, start with, I'll write the introduction today. Focus on one small step at a time. This makes the bigger picture feels less intimidating. Not everything needs to be done right now. You need to know that. Use a to-do list or a planner to prioritize your tasks based on urgency. So we've talked about how you can break tasks into smaller steps. Now you have to prioritize. It's important that you have to prioritize. Focus on the most important tasks first and push less critical ones to a later time. Time blocking. Use time blocking to schedule specific times for work, rest, and personal activities. This way, you're giving yourself permission to take break without feeling guilty. For example, block out 2 hours for study, then 30 minutes for a break. Structure your day to ensure you're not working non-stop. Students just go on and on and on and on. And time blocking is very key for you because it helps you to ensure that you are allotting specific times for studying, time for break, and time for other things. Set realistic goals. Be kind to yourself and set realistic goals. It's okay to acknowledge that you can't do everything perfectly. Give yourself permission to take it one step at a time and to be okay with doing your best rather than perfection. The next one is ask for help. I mean, this is, to some students, this is very difficult to do. You don't have to do everything alone. If you're struggling, talk to a trusted friend, family member, or counselor. Ask for help when needed, whether it's with the school assignment or emotional support. The next one is practice self-care. Self-care doesn't just isn't just about taking bubble baths or going on social media detox. It's about setting boundaries, getting enough sleep, eating well, and doing things that nourish your mind and body. Even taking 5 to 10 minutes to relax or meditate can make a big difference in your day. Set boundaries. Learn to say no when you feel your plate is full. You don't have to accept every invitation or take on extra tasks. Respect your limit Remember that your health and well-being comes first. Why managing overwhelm and the moment is important. Building resilience for the future is just as crucial. Here's how you can develop resilience to cope better when stress and overwhelm strikes again. Build healthy routines. So build a healthy routine. Create a routine for sleep, study, meals, and social health to manage stress long term. A consistent routine can make a huge difference in how you handle unexpected challenges. Practice mindfulness and stress relief. Mindfulness exercises like breathing technique or journaling can help you stay grounded during stressful times. Even a few minutes a day can reduce stress and improve your focus. Learn from past experiences. Think back to times when you felt overwhelmed before. What strategies helped you cope then? Let me know in the comment section. Learning from your past experience gives you tools to handle stress the next time it comes up. Finally, stay flexible. Life really goes exactly as planned. Learning to be flexible and adaptable would help you manage challenges with less stress. When something unexpected comes up, embrace it. Adapt your plan rather than getting discouraged. Remember, feeling overwhelmed is completely normal and you don't have to face it alone. Take things one step at a time. Prioritize your well being and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. You're doing the best you can, and that's enough. If you found this episode helpful, do me a solid. Share with your friends who might be feeling overwhelmed too. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel or any of the podcasts you're listening in for education talk tips in managing stress, balancing school, and striving as a student. You've got this. Remember, every student deserves to strive, and every student deserves to get the best. You're worth it. Bye for now.